Hi, welcome to video 2 of our 3-part training video series, How to Control, Reduce, and End Anxiety in Your Life. This is a very powerful 3-part training video series that you're going to go through to completely get back. You're going to have all the tools to get back in control of your thought process. And if you, first of all, I want to thank everyone from video 1 who left comments and questions, and I answered them, and I just understanding your feedback of what you're going through is very important because this information is for you. So I want to thank you for chiming in. And like I said, if you didn't watch video 1, go watch it now. We'll wait for you to get back. And if you watch video 1, you understand that we talked about control, reduce, and end. Remember the 3-part series we're going through: control, reduce, and end. Control, what we went through in video 1. Control of what? The physical. See, I gave you a physical model of control. Control what? Your breath and your body. Breaking the anxiety circle. Remember the anxiety circle, mind and body. Brainwave frequency. We're slowing down the brainwave frequency, slowing everything down. My motto is slow your mind down to the speed you're living. Slow your mind down to the speed you're living. What does that mean? It means, remember what we talked about. Anxiety is that future racing, out of control thought, and physically where you are. That gap is what you need to control, reduce, and end. So in video 1, we spoke of, as you remember, anxiety circle, how to break it with breath and body. Brainwave frequency, how to slow down your brainwave frequency from beta, where you're anxious, to alpha, where you start to get in control and you have a capacity. Remember, in alpha, you have a capacity to bring down new information. So in this video, video 2, I'm going to teach you L-shaped technique. L-shaped technique. What does that mean? L-shaped technique is a visual tool. And I want you to understand there's physical models and visual models in this training, and this is all going to string together for you. You're going to have an amazing awakening. This is the transformation video. Video 2 right now you're listening to is the transformation video. This is where you get that big aha, where it starts to connect. In video 3, that's where we get to end it. It's a step-by-step process, guys. Control, reduce, and end. In this video, L-shaped technique, I'm going to teach you. We're going to go to the board again, and I'm going to show you. This is the visual tool. Module 1, video 1 rather, we had the physical tool, the anxiety circle, the physical brainwave frequency. Now we get into the mental tools. And the mental tool is just simply your imagination. Remember, your imagination is stored in the subconscious mind. Your imagination, like Einstein said, is more powerful than your thought process, because imagination is your projection into the future of what you can accomplish. So when people say, well, the L-shaped technique is just an imagination, yes, it is. It's a visual tool. We have the physical tools in the first video: control, physical body, breath work, reduce. Reduce is this video we're on right now. This is the transformation part that you're going to go through. It's a visual tool of a big L shape, and I'm going to show you in a couple of minutes about, we're going to go to the board and just get the visual of the L shape to get back in control of it. Transformation. This is the transformation part where you actually start to get in control of original thought. Remember, I spoke of original thought. Remember, serve it and master. Once you get in control of your thought, to slow everything down to the speed you're living, now you get to bring down original thought. Now you get to create your life. This is exciting stuff. You actually get to start to create your life. Like I spoke of in video 1, why pay attention to me? Why follow me? Because I've been where you're at. I've been through such extreme anxiety that I wanted to end it all. I explained in video 1 my process of what I've been through, and like I said, I don't take it lightly, and I know what you're going through. This is serious stuff, guys. So you know, acknowledge yourself for being this far into video 2, and really wanting to get back in control of your life and your thought process. Um, in this video, I really want you to, let me take a segue for a second. I really want you to pat yourself on the back for going this far into this training, because I've been doing this for 20 years, helping people change their lives, and there's an interesting human phenomenon that I've experienced that I want to share with you. It's a huge secret. When you're changing your thoughts, behavior in your entire life, there's this subconscious programming that comes up. We call it the old lizard brain, the old subconscious lizard brain that's been programmed maybe from birth. From 0 to 8 years old, you have no conscious thought. It's all subconscious. So there's this old programming that comes up that, well, we're not good enough. We can't change. And I want you to acknowledge that and pat yourself on the back for being this far in the training. This old lizard brain, and I'm sharing this with you because it's going to happen to you, because I've seen it time and time again with my private clients, that once you start going through this change, there's this positive change, there's this negative change that, see, the subconscious, remember we talked about rivers of thought, rivers of thought, rivers of thought. Remember the megahertz, remember the beta megahertz, 14 to 30, racing, that old river of thought. When we start creating new rivers of thought, that old river is that lizard brain I'm speaking of right now, that's going to pop up. As you change your life right now, it's going to pop up. That old lizard brain is going to pop up and say, well, it's easier to stay the same. It's easier to stay the same. It's going to try to convince you of that. And the truth is, to a certain aspect, it is easier to stay the same, because that river of thought is so ingrained and that neural net is firing up. Remember, we talked about brainwave frequency. So that as you change and move forward and start to expand and open up, that old river of thought is going to pop up. It's going to pop up constantly. But now that you know that it's going to do that, you understand that, okay, I'm not that anymore. I'm not that anymore. Shh. I tell my clients, I drive around all the time in my car going, when an old thought pops up, I go, shh, nope, shh, shh. Like the dog whisperer, like Cesar Millan. No, shh, no. I do that with my mind. You have to, the conscious mind that goes, shh, no, is telling the subconscious mind, that old lizard brain that's going to pop up when you change your life, no, we're in control now. We're doing this. Very important to acknowledge that, because it's going to pop up in your life, because I've worked with thousands of people, and every time you go to change your behavior, it just seems easier to stay the same. And that's the reason the old lizard brain pops up, because it's a program in your subconscious mind. It's a river of thought that says, no, it's easier to stay the same. The only reason it says that is because it's a river of thought. It takes no more effort for the brain to start to fire a new neural net. Now I think different. Now I think different. Now I'm in control of my thoughts. I'm not anxious anymore. It takes some practice, like we spoke of, going to the gym, lifting the weights. It takes some practice. But for the brain doesn't care. It's no more effort to just lay into that old lazy thought as it is to have a neural net of positive thought. So understand, as far as the brain's concerned, it doesn't matter. The mind, what you're thinking with, is controlling the firing of the brain. Understand that. It's no different to think a brand new thought as far as the chemistry of the brain goes. The good news is you're back in control of your thoughts now. Control, reduce, and end. I'm so glad you're here on video 2. What we're going to do in a moment, I'm going to go to the board. We're going to explain it's a visual tool. And a lot of people don't understand the visual tool is, the conscious mind that's racing, that's out of control right now, and you're visualizing bad stuff, That's the visual tool. See, the physical tool, breath and body work, we're getting control of in video 1, control, reduce, and end. This is the transformation right now. L-shaped technique. I'm visualizing new thought, new thought, new thought coming down, L-shaped technique, and what's that mean? Down and out, down and out, down and out. What's the crux between down and out? It's you. It's your physical body, it's your chakras, it's getting in control and centered, and then you project out a new you. It's a whole brand new you. And like I spoke of, once you control breath and body, now we're reducing. There's a whole capacity to bring down original thought. This L-shaped technique I'm teaching you right now, when you're relaxed, now you have just even if it's a slight capacity to bring down new information. Well, I'm not anxious anymore, or not as much as I was. Everything's by degree, remember? So now what? Now it's amazing when you slow everything down to the speed you're living. This L-shaped technique, when you start to bring down original thought, it's a part of your life that you go, oh, I didn't think about that before. I guess I can do that and think differently. It's that aha moment. This transformation you're going through right now in video 2 is the L-shaped technique where you're bringing down original thought and you go, oh, I never thought about that before. I never thought about thinking this way about what I'm going through. That's because, remember the anxiety circle we spoke of and the brainwave frequencies whizzing high. It's too tight. The circle's too small. You can't bring down original thought. Now, you're about to understand L-shaped technique, bringing down original thought, and really, really the transformation of getting back in control of your life. This fulcrum, this center fulcrum where you control, reduce, and end. Remember, video 3, we're going to get to end with fork in the road technique. Follow along, open your mind, and just allow this new information to come in. I'm telling you, I've been through this with so many private clients on stage. Everywhere I go, I talk to people about how to get in control of your thought process. Like I spoke of in video 1, not a magic bullet, but it is the secret. It's behind the scenes. It is the secret to getting in control of your life. We're going to teach you L-shaped technique right now. Hi, welcome to L-shaped technique. Now, I want to explain right off the bat that L-shaped technique and all the new material you're learning right now is simple, meaning it's a simple formula, like my stick figure here. It's simple, but it's not easy, okay? Meaning there's a system here. This L-shaped technique, this visual tool you're going to learn right now, it's a simple tool, but it's powerful. And it's not easy, meaning it takes some work. You have to visualize. So in meditation, I want you to visualize that white light coming down, that healing light. Even in everyday life, just walking through life, just getting in normal everyday situations, you could take a deep breath and visualize this white tool. Once you have this white healing light where you're connected with your source, so to speak, where you can bring down new information. So just very basic visualization of bringing down white healing light and out into the universe. Remember the down and out. This is where it's coming out. This is where you're changing your life. This is where you're transforming yourself. Instead of this red light coming through, I want you to visualize a white healing light, like it's a lightsaber from Star Wars, like it's a very strong flashlight, because white healing light has healing properties to it in and of itself. So where this red line is coming through and out, visualize a white vibrating healing light, this L-shaped technique. And I like to keep it visually thin like that because like we spoke of in video one, where you're in the control part. When you're in the control part, you're slowing down your breath and body. Now, when your capacity starts to slow down enough, that gap of meditation, of relief, is small at first. So I like to visualize a white healing light coming down and out. So remember, the crux of down and out is you. It's your physical body where you're at in the universe. So we have to systematically control breath and body. White light healing, L-shaped technique. It's a simple formula, L-shape. It doesn't get any more simple than this drawing. Easy? No. Practice, lots of practice, but just understanding conceptually this L-shaped technique of bringing down and out. Anytime you're in any situation where you need to center yourself, now you have a strong visual tool of just taking a deep breath. You're in a situation that's uncomfortable for you, or you're starting to feel anxious. Even one deep breath, wow, you could do the deep breath and think about the white L-shaped technique at the same time. Deep breath, any situation you're in, white healing light coming down, you're all of a sudden centered, you're all of a sudden back in control. L-shaped technique, guys. It's very simple in formula, but it's not easy to be the master of. Members, master and servant. You are now the master of new information coming through, coming down and through you, meaning you're centered. Now you have new ideas, you have new thoughts, original thoughts, possibly for the first time in your life. This is exciting stuff. I've used this over and over again in my own life when I got into situations. When you get centered like that, it's your source of power. Like Eckhart Tolle said, it's the power of now. It's the power of now. It's now. Now I'm in control. Now I'm back in control. Now I took a deep breath. Now I visualize a white healing light coming down. New information. Now I have new information. I could act on that new information. So the information coming through changes my thoughts and my behaviors, and it changes my life. And that's where you're at now in this transformational video. L-shaped technique, down and out. Simple in concept, extremely powerful in application. Good luck, guys. All right, we just went through L-shaped technique, the visual tool. And remember, like I explained, it is a visual tool. And some people give it less credit because, well, we're just making it up. And remember, your imagination is more powerful than reality. It's the tool that actually changes your life. See, when you're stressed out and anxious and tense, your imagination is, like we spoke of, that anxiety circle. It whizzes so tight that it can't expand. Your imagination is limited. So imagining L-shaped technique and visual tools that we're going through is powerful. It's as powerful as in video one when we had the physical tool, the breath. Well, that's real. I can feel my breath. The body, white light healing. I could feel that. Visual tool, it feels like I'm making it up. You are making it up. Every time I work with a personal client one-on-one, if it feels like you're making it up, that's exactly right. It's your imagination. You imagine, you make up. When you make up a new life, when you make up a new thought process, it's going to change your life powerfully. So don't underestimate the power of an imaginary tool, so to speak. And a couple of comments I've read about and people I've spoke to that you left on previous video one was, well, I've tried to meditate and this doesn't work for me. I mean, that's like saying, well, I tried lifting weights once and I've never lost weight. Yeah, that's understandable. When, like I spoke of, when you meditate, when you close your eyes and just try to focus on your mental thought, the ego, remember the ego, the part you're listening with right now, the conscious part of the mind is the ego. As soon as you close your eyes, that's going to speed up. What are we doing? We won't have time for this. This is BS, this New Age meditation crap. That's normal. Don't worry about that. That will dissipate. Remember the anxiety circle. That yip, 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 yip dog, it can't dump it into the relaxed body. It will dissipate. This is powerful stuff you're going through right now. Remember, this is the transformation. This is reduce. L-shaped technique. You're getting back in control. So that you've never meditated before or you tried and it didn't work for you, let me explain it. It worked exactly to the degree of effort you put into it. And no knock on you. This is just education. When someone says, I worked out a couple times and it didn't work for me, it worked. You burned 400 calories or whatever it was for that exercise routine you did. It worked exactly to the amount of effort you put into that exercise. You burned, you efforted 400 calories, you lost 400 calories. The only reason I'm saying this is because the mind and the body are just inseparable. And saying that you meditated and it didn't work, it slowed down to the smallest degree that you attempted it, but it didn't give the results that you wanted, so you quit doing it. That's okay. That's why you're here. That's why you're here in video too. I'm so excited that you're here and you're studying this with me, because this is the transformation part. The more you practice, you have 2 meditations. Video 1, we went through a guided meditation where you close your eyes. Remember? I went through breath work. I went through body work. I went through physical aspects of reducing, controlling rather, in video 1. And like I spoke of, when you signed up for this 3-part training video series, you had a guided meditation, an audio meditation of how to get into controlling, reducing, and ending. So you have tools right now. You have tools right now like you have physical weights at the gym. You have to go to the gym. You have to keep exercising. You have to keep doing your cardio. You have to get leaner. You have to get stronger. Same token, you have to do the meditations. You have a guided audio meditation when you signed up for this training program, and you have a visual meditation that we did in video 1. You have 2 meditations. That is your lifting. That is your equipment to start to get in control of the mental gym. Keep doing those. Practice, practice, practice. Keep doing the meditations over and over and over again until your conscious mind starts to slow down, where it goes, I do have capacity to bring in more information now. What a great feeling. This transformation video you're going through right now, video 2, this is transformation. Control, reduce. We're at the reduce part. L-shaped technique is the reduce part. Keep doing the work that you're doing. Keep listening to the meditations. Like I said, you have the visual one on video 1. You have the audio when you signed up. Keep lifting. Keep doing the meditations. You're in the reduce part. In video 3, the next video coming up, we're going to end anxiety. How? Fork in the road technique. Control, reduce, and end. Control. Physical breath, physical body. Reduce. L-shaped technique. Start to open up to original thought, not the old roof chatter. End anxiety. How? Fork in the road technique. Remember I spoke of the extreme anxiety I went through, where I just laid there and stared at the ceiling, and going through that experience of my personal extreme anxiety. When I came out of, after being in that lazy boy chair for 4 days, I realized that when I started to go down that old path where I knew it was empty and I knew it was dark, I knew it was a dead end. I knew I wanted to kill myself, and I hate to say that out loud. But that's how I created Fork in the Road. And the next video, video 3, I'm gonna share with you Fork in the Road, where once you control physical, breath, and body, reduce, L-shaped technique, end, fork in the road. You know, as soon as you start going down that wrong road, nope, nope, no. Now, next video, you're going to understand fork in the road technique, where you just don't have to go down that road anymore. You're going to understand you have a conscious thought. how you have a conscious thought and, more importantly, conscious decision not to go down the wrong road in the fork in the road because of the process you've been going through. Control, physical apparatus, reduce, bringing down original thought, and not going back to that old thought. This is a powerful system that I designed from being so out of control that it's close to embarrassing to admit to, but I share my story with you because being a clinical hypnotherapist and knowing the rules and knowing how it works, I was still out of control. So give yourself a little leeway. Give yourself some breathing room that you're not in control of it. I'm explaining to you how to get back in control of it. Video 3, we're going to end anxiety. And thank you so much for being this far in the training, and look forward to video 3. After this video, please, again, leave comments. I answer all the comments, and most importantly, if you have any questions about what we're going through, leave questions. I'll answer them. And video 3, we get to end anxiety with fork in the road technique. Thank you so much for coming along for the ride. Namaste.